found it. Today, I'm going to go visit the Lane Motor Museum in Nashville, Tennessee, as long as I don't get in a wreck on the way there. I've heard good things. A couple spots up front, but they're going to be taken, of course, unless you get here at the right time. And then you'll have to go around back and walk beside the building to get back. Anyway, that's it. I am coming in from the lobby into the main area of the Lane Motor Museum. You can almost see everything from here. When you come in off to the right, you'll notice there's a little theater. You could miss it if you're not careful, but it gives you a nice overview of everything that's in the museum and how to maximize your tour. Talks about the place upstairs or this little kids play area, and what all is going on in the basement if you can get in there, if you're here at the right time on the right day. Do this. This place used to be a bakery, apparently. It was a Sunbeam bread bakery. Maybe they baked other things. I don't know. The pictures I saw had loaves of bread. It's a neat building. You got like a little upper deck area. It's not really a second floor. They call it that, but it's an upper deck area where the kids can go up and play. I guess if they get bored, take them up there for a while. I don't know how often they move things around, but right now the entry section is all dedicated to station wagons. I think they knew I was coming. I really, really like station wagons. In fact, when I was a teenager, we had a DS21, just like this, except the paint scheme was a little more stock. Mostly the museum's divided up by country of origin, but this is a special little area here for Citroën. Getting away from the country of origin method of categorizing these cars, this section's pretty neat. I think it's all about cars that are featured in various video games. Yeah, if you've ever played Gran Turismo or Forza Horizon, I don't know all the video game names, but these are cars that were in real cars. These are real cars that were in video games. And when somebody asked me to name countries that build cars, the former Czechoslovakia would not be high on my list, I don't think. But these are all examples of Tatras that were built in Czechoslovakia prior to split. I did not know the former Czechoslovakia was building cars up to 1996. I think that's a cool fun fact. And not a bad looking car. Tripping down the motorcycle wing. You really got to come just step through here nice and slow, read every sign from every era, every country. So don't get too wrapped around the flags hanging from the ceiling. You'll hang. This is a three-wheeler section, which is really neat. Got all the three-wheelers here, but it's right next to the Japanese flag, so it can be a little confusing. But, just kind of wander and look and love the stuff. That's all. These are great cars. We got some cool examples of cars from inventors and people who just tried to do their own stuff. I like that they pay attention to that. It's not just mainstream. They got some really unique things in here. Some Fiats are just way better looking than others. I haven't seen a Saab like that in forever. I forgot they made a little sports car even. Neat Volvo. A beat up old 74 looking Volvo orange hunk of something. All right, that's fun. It just looks like a beat up old Volvo, but apparently the museum owner thinks it's awesome. Apparently Jeff Lane would drive this thing around occasionally. I don't think either of these would pass the modern pedestrian safety standards for new cars. What do you think? So I understand it. I mean, if you're sitting around drinking, I've probably done it before. Do you think you could power a car with an airplane propeller? Sure, why not? Bet it would work. But I mean, do you actually go to the part of building one? See, it just seems so insanely dangerous that it would actually go that far. Got some unique models here. I've never heard of Eidner from Germany. I've never heard of Steyr. That's apparently Austrian. Some cool copies. Old VW. I mean, some things you certainly would recognize, but others are neat. Oh, they got an Audi. That is beautiful. That is just beautiful. And that BMW over there, I don't recognize that model at all. So I stand corrected. I had to Google a little bit. You see that Audi badge on the back of these two cars. These are Auto Union vehicles prior to Volkswagen acquiring Auto Union and then reselling that line as Audi later on. And there we go, down into the vault.
All right, welcome to the vault area.
It's an amphibian, a Corphibian. It's a Corvair truck amphibian. Yeah, they just made one of them. And oddly enough, you probably can guess that GM did not want to make more. So that's the one and only. Yeah, the cars are pretty packed in the basement, but there's so many more cars down here. They rotate from the main display floor down here and back again. So depending on when you visit, you may see some of these cars on the main floor, but there's probably 3 times as many cars down here in the basement at any given point in time. So it's worth the $10, I think, if you can come on a weekend and get on one of these vault tours. Unlike upstairs in the main room where you can walk between every car and around it. Down here, the cars are parked much closer together. They're all roped off. You get great explanation of a personal guided tour. You get to see a lot more cars, but you don't get to necessarily walk tightly between them and behind them and see them from every angle. So that's a bit of a downside. But in my book, it more than makes up for it because you get to see almost the entire collection when you come down here to the vault. Don't know what that is. It looks like a Citroen, vaguely like a Citroen, but I don't think the hood ornament matches. Yeah, for the extra $10, I give it a totally worth it rating. I'm probably overstating it, but there's so much more to see down here in the vault than upstairs. This is really neat. That might just be my favorite for today. Just might be my favorite. Thanks for coming with me. That's going to do it for me with the Lane from the Lane Motor Museum here in Nashville. It's a terrific experience. You may come here and see these cars. You may see something different depending on when you get here. They rotate cars from downstairs. They've got even more cars down in the vault than they've got up here, and they rotate through. I've heard rumors they do a pretty good job of that. So you're likely to, when you come here, you're likely to not see exactly the same cars I saw here today. Anyway, thanks for joining me. It's a fun trip. It's worth your $15 to come here and walk around, and I think it's worth the extra $10 to go down to the vault if you get here on a weekend day and can manage the vault tour. All right, have a great one. See you next time.